First though, our next guest is just as well known for his antics off the cricket pitch as he was on it.
Yes, cricketer Shane Warne has hit the headlines many times over the past 2 decades, but now he's decided to tell his side of the story in his autobiography, No Spin, and he joins us now. Welcome, it's lovely to
morning.
see you.
Thank you very much.
So you have written books over the years, but I think the last one you wrote about yourself was about 20 years ago?
Yeah.
So why this one now?
Well, I think the timing was right. My children have got older. In that time, for the last 20 years, I think there's been something like 13 unauthorised biographies about my life. There's been a stage musical about my life, which was pretty unusual. Just go and sneak in out the back and have a little look to see what it was like and think, how did he know some of that stuff?
Yeah.
So to do all that, and I thought, well, you know what, it's my time. There's a lot's happened over the last 20 years of my life. I thought it was the right time to sort of come out and be brutally honest in my book. And,
well, you have been brutally honest.
The response has been great.
Yeah, you have been. I mean, in fact, we're going to ask you what the kids actually thought about it when they read this and think. Right, I'm assuming most of it they already knew.
Yeah, they did, but a lot of that stuff happened before they were born. A lot of the stuff happened when they were very young, so they didn't quite understand. And in a funny sort of a way, it's made my relationship with my children really good. So going through this process, it sort of really added to our relationship because they sat down. I said, look, this is what we're going through. So every step of the way, the book took about a year to do.
Right.
About 40 or 50 hours with Mark Nicholas I had. And then at the end, he said, I want to interview the kids. And I went, I'm not sure about that. And the kids were very happy to do it.
Well, that's where I've gone to, actually.
So it's unedited with the kids. That's exactly what they said. It wasn't so I'm going to put something in to make it sound, but that's exactly what they thought. So it was pretty cool.
The Brooke said that he's a great dad. I wouldn't want anyone else in the job. We're lucky to have him, and anyone that knows him would understand. Oh, thank God, it's all okay.
Yeah, it is. And look, life's about ups and downs. You go through plenty of ups and downs in your life, and I've had lots. And the journey's been, it's been interesting at times, And my eldest, Brooke, now is 22 this year. My son just turned 20, and I've got a younger one at 18 summer. So they're getting so much older, so they're suddenly starting to take a lot more interest in what happened 25 years ago when I played and all that stuff as well.
They're almost getting to that age that you were. I mean, 23 you were when you were selected for the Ashes and you came over here in '93, and that was kind of your first real hit with that press intrusion.
Yeah.
Like the British press were particularly interested in you and hounded you really at that time.
Yeah, they did, and at such a young age, I wasn't really exposed to that. I didn't know how to handle that, and I think at times I handled it pretty ordinary, and at other times I thought I handled it the best way I could at that time.
Yeah.
But being followed, for the first time in your life by 10 people and cars running off the road and following you into a pub and coming out and they're all taking pictures, it's like, if you want a picture, just ask here.
Yeah.
But then they get intrusive and then they push it and they want you to try and react. So I didn't understand how it all worked back then at 23 years of age. I just wanted to play cricket. Yeah. And then obviously you understand it as time goes on and you're on the right side of it, the wrong side of it. But I suppose in a good way, at least they're still interested.
Well, there wasn't anywhere that was safe, really, was there? Because at one stage there was a particular evening that you had, and the footage from that evening, where I think 3 people were involved, was then sold to the newspaper. And so there were a lot of kiss and tell. So you must have felt, well, there's actually no aspect of my life here which I can keep private, no matter what I want to keep behind closed doors.
Yeah, I mean, some of that stuff's really disappointing when that happens, when it's 2 people or 3 people having some fun or however many people having fun in private, no matter what it is, whether it's having a few drinks or dinner or whatever it might be, for that to then come out in the public domain, people to sell a story for money is really disappointing that people actually want to do that. I can't believe that there's people out there that say, I'm going to try and stitch this guy up or this girl. Like, it's just...
No, it's horrible.
It's just horrible. I don't know... they're obviously not brought up right. To do those sort of things to people is very hurtful.
And that sort of image of you as being sort of a bit of a party boy, really. I mean, in the book, you look at that and you say, yeah, right, I like to have a drink, but a bit of a myth, really.
It is. I mean, it's a few times when you win a Test match or you win a World Cup, you celebrate.
Yeah. Of course.
And those pictures come out, and people have this myth that he's a massive drinker. I want to party with Shane. I don't do that. I'm not a big drinker. I like to have a bit of fun when I wanted to with my friends, like anyone does. But it's a bit of a myth, that big drinker party boy image. Yeah.
Well, the other aspect that I think many people only got half the story was the drug testing.
Yep.
And that in itself, when you look at your explanation of what happened there, was not the picture that was necessarily painted in the newspapers.
Is that a surprise, though? It's not really a surprise when they distort a bit of the truth to sell us a few papers and that. And to be honest, the actual British press has been better to me. Yes, there's been a few things in the paper and that over the years, but they've actually treated me with a bit more respect than
Right.
the Australian press, which is really odd. Australian press have got a lot more personal, and they sort of go on and on and on about it every day until everyone's had their say
Right.
about whatever it might be. Where in England, it's sort of, they know if you're a day, next day, who are we on to now? You know, so it's a bit different over here. But yeah, that was something so innocent about my mum. I never ever blamed my mum. I just said where I got a fat pill from. To lose a little bit of weight, so people didn't think it was black market or anything dodgy.
Yeah.
Because I'm so anti-drugs, I don't do drugs, I've never touched them. So then to be sort of labelled like that was pretty disappointing.
And
What
it's-
about Elizabeth Hurley? Did you have a word with her before you said, I'm going to put you in the book?
No, look, we're still friends. Just one of those things that unfortunately got all a bit too hard. We're still great friends now.
You still hold a bit of a torch for her, though, don't you?
In a way of friendship and respect. We had a great time together. And I'll always care about her and her son Damien, and she always cares about my kids and asks about them. So, you know, we're great friends. The kids get along great. So, yeah, it was a great time.
So life now seems great. I mean, I was looking down at what you're doing now. Poker, you play lots of poker, golf as well.
Yeah.
So you're still sort of carrying on with that. You said your greatest sporting achievement was getting a hole-in-one at the 16th Augusta National.
That's it.
Well done, you.
Thank you. It was, I mean, I play golf, I'm a hack, but I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty competitive about it. But to play at one of the most famous golf courses on the world and one of the best holes and greatest holes, to never have a hole-in-one, to be with two of my
what
great
a time
mates,
to do that.
to go and do it, it was just like bang, one bounce. We all high-fived each other. It was a great time.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
there is footage of all of this for you.
No, you're not allowed to post
No.
anything about it. You're not allowed to do
No
anything.
way.
There's no footage. There's no
What?
nothing. So I'm trying, but I just... it's not
Does it
working.
exist?
Oh, that's what we're trying to get. I mean, it was a year ago. We're still trying to get.
Oh,
so I really
someone
want to
must
see it.
have
Yeah, I want to see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
well.
you've
Any
gotta
help
find
you,
that.
you guys?
Yeah, well, if you
I'd love
have,
it.
if you've got
Please help.
footage, you've got that footage.
You'd be surprised.
Anyone who might
they're
have.
amazing.
Please help
Everyone comes
us,
in.
please.
This is the book. This is what we're talking about, and that's the book. No Spin is out now in paperback. And thank you very much.
No, thank you very much for having me, and
Thank
thanks.
you.